Good morning. It's Monday, April 27th. This is the S&P 500. And let's jump right in here. So this is just a little bit after 5. It's about 5:20 right now. And by the time we get to the open, some of this might get sorted out. This is the open, but it's not really the open of the Globex session because my chart won't load that hour and 35 minutes that it's missing here, and I'm working with support to get that sorted out. But if you don't know, basically what that looked like is a big old wick up to there, and then we sold off down to, I believe it was something like down here. We have 1175. We sold off to something like that. And then we had another little higher high right here, I think. Kind of went like that. And then we had this higher high. And then that just sort of took off. So the high over here, we put in this high at 65. And one thing I meant to check on real quick. Sometimes in the Globex session, you get the movement from the day before. You know, it's reacting off of the day before there. So let's just look at that right there. Let's just actually get rid of that altogether. And go look over here. Yeah. So at some point they got this sorted out in the overnight session, but there you have, that's the probe midway through there up to those. And then at some point they really get it switched over and start using the next day's prediction points. But so, you know, that all makes sense in that regard. So, okay, so let's go back over here and switch back over to today's prices, and we'll get, basically what we have, if you see that, is a okay, so we came up here overnight. We saw this was the high of the old prediction points from Friday. And then it looks like about somewhere, probably here, they worked it out between here and here and kind of flipped over to today's prediction points. So there we go. There's the high. They use that to the tick. They come down and use key turns. Back up here to 63. So what's going to happen here? Well, we've got some stuff to get through, obviously, so we got to get through these. We also have that 77 area, and then we have both of the CPs up here. So conservatively, for any buying that we're doing, this would be the conservative area for taking profit. So we could probe this 83.75 up to right here, which would be 85.75, and we could probe up to there. So we could probe this a couple of points up to that area, and then we could see some pullback. The one other scenario, there's really two scenarios. If it's really strong, if it's really, really strong, we'll probe up to 90.5. And then if it's just somewhat strong, we'll probe to 88.25, and then we'll see some pullback from there. But either way, much above this 85.75 really would be a kind of a minor breakout for either. You can just see there's a lot going on here. We've got this 92.5 all the way up to 07, and that's just not a ton of room. That's 15 points, and there's 5 prediction points. And you can just see prediction points are very close together up here. So up above here, we'll really just take this one at a time, probably for that 2900 area, but we'll just take it one at a time, and I'll be real active there. We could certainly see a push higher and see a lot more buying here, but just don't want to go crazy with anything up here. And, you know, it could start to get pretty range bound up in that area if we go up in there and stay up there. So we'll see how that ends up going there. And then on this other side, as far as a pullback goes, well, we can see if we go like this, what you'll see here is we probed all the way to the lower part of this, held right there at 43, and then held at the key turns. So let's say there's an outside chance that we could come back and test here, but really any lower than 49.25, obviously there's more that would need to break, but any lower than 49.25 and it really starts to bring in, this is sort of on the, let's say this is a clue for a minor breakdown for, and this would really be a breakdown, this 46.25 and, you know, 44.75. Yeah, so we basically, you know, we're really looking for this area. We would want to have this hold, and then let's say this is really would be sort of the breakdown. We could just see it come back to here or here even, and then we could even just see it come back to there. But then there, and then that would be, this would be much more, maybe we probe here, but not what we would want to see. We could probe to here, but ideally we wouldn't do that. But then that would be the major breakdown, a lot more major breakdown. That would get us at least back to here, and then giving that maybe to 10, and then we need to give that just a little bit of room. So giving that to 08, and then that would be that would be a more major break. So at 08 would be it. So this would be this 30, below that should get us down to here, and then below here that would be much bigger break for down to one of these three, from anywhere from 1175 down to 06, sorry, down to 08. Oh yeah, yeah, maybe we go with 06. That would probably make, yeah, so giving that to 06, and then below that, you know, there's a lot lower we could go. This is not out of the question. None of this is out of the question, and at some point it's fairly likely we'll come back and see that at some point, but for right now, they've been buying this up. They don't seem done buying it up, so we just want to stay with it the way that it's going. But this would be a bit of a minor break, at least down to here, and then possibly here. Below there's for there, and then this below here would continue to get us down into this area, and then 06 as things really start to break down. Doesn't mean it's free falling. There's a lot that we have to get through on the way down there, but you can see how much room we have between prediction points here, and then if we move up, see how tight it starts to get. Like you have 04, and then you have 07, and you have 2900, and you have 96, and you have 92, 93. You know, these are like 3 points apart. These are 3 points apart. So, you know, it's really it's getting congested as you get up higher there, but there's definitely more room. You have no big gaps like this up there, and there's definitely more room down here. So there you have it, and we're going to look for getting back up above this would be a really good sign and could easily get us back up into this area. So this is we've had this little probe up here, likely by the open that'll get sorted out, but let's just say right here, maybe that 44.75. We'll just see how things go as we get underway, but I'll be active in the chat room, and I'll see you all there.